In this video, we'll look at the profile flexible license setup. Before we go to profile and see how we set it up, let's just discuss what flexible licensing is. It is an option. You don't need to use it. If you just activate your computer, it's the only computer you use, flexible licensing won't provide a benefit. But if you use more than one computer, for example, maybe you have one at the office and you have a laptop that you take out to clients. So you have two computers. You could just put the one license, one activation on both computers. You can't use them both at the same time, but you can use the one in the office. And then when you go out with your laptop, you can close profile on the computer at the office, and that'll leave the activation so you can use it on the laptop. So what happens with flexible licensing is profile activates when you open profile, it activates the license. And when you close profile, it deactivates the license. So you use up one of your available activations when you open profile. And then with flexible license, it deactivates when you close. So it frees it up so you can activate it on another computer. Just one thing though, if you have more than one license, like a T1 and a T2, you can't deactivate one and leave one available. So if you have a T1 and you want to deactivate that and leave the T2, that option is not available for flexible licensing. It's all or none. It'll deactivate all the licenses and activate all the licenses. That's a question that comes up quite a bit, so it's good to know that. If you activate on that computer and use flexible licensing, it'll activate and deactivate all the licenses activated on a computer. Let's go to profile and look at the setup and the options. In profile, I'll go up to help, manage licenses, and I've got two licenses here. Demonstrates a couple things. I can have a trial and a profile 20 different years. I can activate different licenses on my installation of profile. I don't need different installations for these different licenses. Also, when I set up flexible licensing and close profile, both these licenses will be deactivated when I close profile, and then they will be both reactivated when I open profile. Let's set up flexible licensing. So if I go here to help again, you see there's a suspend license and it's not available for use. So let's go here to configure flexible licensing, and there's a couple of options. The first one, well, first of all, I can enable or not enable. So I'll enable, and I'm going to go to automatic. I think probably for most users, this will be the one that is the best because you don't have to think about what's happening, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I've got the setup. I can see now the suspend license. I can suspend license. But let's look what happens when I close profile. When I exit profile, I get this warning or this message. It says the license was suspended and then profile closed. Let's go back and open profile. When I open profile, I get the normal splash screen. Then I get the message that licenses have been enabled on this computer. So that shows it just automatically deactivates and then reactivates, as the case may be, closed versus open. The flexible licensing enabled and automatic. That's how automatic works. And I say it's probably the most convenient for people because you don't have to think, oh, did I deactivate profile? I need to use it on another computer when I get home. So it's just most convenient. Let's have a look at manual now. And there's two options here. So let's look at prompt me every time I close profile. I'm going to save, and let's have a look, see how that works. I will exit, and it will actually ask me, instead of just closing and telling me it's suspended the license, it asks me if I want to. So I can say yes, and then it will close. So licenses are automatically enabled when you come back. Let's look how it works if I exit and say no. Now, profile closed, but it did not suspend the licenses. This could cause an issue if you're hoping to use that license on another computer. It won't have been deactivated from this computer. But if you're just maybe going out to lunch or doing something else, don't want to deactivate the license, that feature will work. See, I didn't get a message. It wasn't deactivated. Let's go back to flexible licensing and try do not prompt. So now I'll go back and exit, and profile just closed. There was no deactivation. I'll open it again. No splash screen that it was activated because it was never deactivated. When you use that option, what it's saying to do is go to help. It wants you to go to help and suspend licenses. So I can again say no and it won't suspend, or I can say yes, and then it will suspend the license, deactivate it. So this option might be very helpful for some people. You just have to be aware how it works. And those are the options for flexible licensing. Just want to show you I'm on Profile Community. And if you search for what is flexible licensing, there's an article. So if you need any more information about flexible licensing, you can go to our Profile Community. I hope this video was helpful. I showed you can get more information at Community. You can also get more support options from profile.intuit.ca, the main profile website.